Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome in to the Iceland Arena for the third game of the round robin between the Central York Junior Panthers and the Barrie Junior Sharks. Both teams technically still alive to move on to the quarterfinals, although both will need some help. Barrie currently sitting in tied for first in Pool F with the Burlington Junior Barracudas. Burlington right now playing Blue Water on the other rink. That game is basically at the exact same time as both games are on at the same time right now. Sorry about that. And both are currently in warm-up, so it'll be very tight throughout the rest of the night. Barrie needs to win. However, they can't just win by one or two. Right now, the point differential, or the tiebreaker would be goal differential. And the goal differential right now for Burlington is 0. For Barrie, it's -2. So Barrie has to be ahead of Burlington in that to move on. For Central York, they need to win. They also need Mississauga to lose to Brantford. That's not likely, but it still could happen. And Mississauga also +5. Central York is at 0, and they need Blue Water to also lose to Burlington or have a lower plus-minus than +5. My name is Josh McMahon, and joining me is Cheryl Gilroy. And Cheryl, we've actually found a way to have two mics so you can speak.
Yes, we do. How awesome is this? You and I can actually have a conversation together, and everybody can hear what we're both saying. Now, I'll do my best tonight to make sure I don't talk over you.
Okay.
This is your game, but let me know if you'd like me to contribute in any way.
Just a warning to everyone at home. Sometimes when a team scores, Cheryl gets very excited. So you may not hear me say they score, you may just hear a big scream.
I'm not that bad, Josh. Come on. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all the Central York viewers in who are watching tonight's game. We are so happy to bring this live stream to you for both the Barrie Sharks and for the Central York Panthers. Josh?
Well, it's the third meeting for these two teams this year. They split the regular season series. Central York winning game 1 back at home in Aurora on October 9th. That was a 1-0 victory. Erica Buckley with the only goal in that game. Samantha Whittle in net, stopping 34-34. Then when the two teams met on January 10th, it was a 3-1 Sharks win at the East Bayfield Community Center. Jenny Keller, Shannon Pearson, Olivia Urbach the goals for the Sharks, and Cheyenne DeGear the goal for Central York. In that game, Sador stopped 26 of 27, Whittle 28 of 31, and after that game, Central York won 14 straight to end the regular season. They only had 14 games left after that time, and they won all 14 of them. In the end, though, Central York did fall in round 1 of the playoffs to the Kingston Ice Wolves in a bit of an upset, and then they made the consolation bronze medal game, gold medal game of the consolation, and they lost that one. So they did get the silver medal.
Make sure you get that right, Josh. They came home with a consolation silver, which is an awesome way to end the season for them.
As the buzzer goes, we'll get set to get underway, and sometime during this period, I'll get you updated on a couple teams that have already officially moved on to the elimination rounds. Teams will get ready. No anthems, no starting lineups, although I do have a starting lineup for the Sharks. Forward, May Severn, Kate Stewart, Jenny Keller. On defense, Ella Lloyd and Maren Jugnot. Well, 2 weekends ago, both teams came away from championship weekend with medals, and they'll need a win and a bit of help tonight if they want any chance at getting another one here this weekend at Provincials. 6 teams move on, the 6 winners of the pools, and right now 3 teams have officially moved on to the elimination round. Etobicoke from Pool A, Stony Creek from Pool B, and Kingston from Pool C. One thing to note, Whitby eliminated after a 1-2 record in Rotten Robin as Kate Stewart wins the draw. We're underway here from Iceland. We are on the main rink where the Mississauga Junior Hurricanes usually play. Tuck down in the corner. Kathleen Dion will play it down around behind the net. And it's grabbed by Panthers forward Erica Buckley. Up to Essex. She'll backhand it out of the zone. Grabbed by Lloyd. Lloyd bringing it right back in, fighting through a couple Panthers. Lloyd through the middle. The shot goes wide. Rebound comes up to the point. Dion able to keep it in. It goes down low and around the net. Scorgi will catch up to it, beating Buckley to the puck. Overskate it for a moment. Buckley will grab it. Intercepted by Keller down. Keller spins back. Centers one-timer. Pearson scores! Shannon Pearson opens the scoring less than a minute in, and the Sharks lead 1-0.
Definitely the start the Barrie Sharks wanted. Coach Eldridge really wanted to tell these girls to get in it, score early, get in the board because they need a ton of goals to move on for tomorrow.
And Shannon Pearson may be motivated by here. There's a certain special scarf you've given her.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
It only took 39 seconds. Sharks up 1-0. Remember, they do need to score a bunch if they want to move on. That's offside. We'll get a regroup here. Of course, things would get a whole lot easier if Blue Water just beat Burlington. Sharks would, with a win, would just move on. That's tipped into the zone by Shrek, grabbed by Clara Lou. Scorgi takes a stumble, she tried to put some pressure on her. Back the other way goes to Gear. They're taken out, so's an official. Shrek goes across for Jugnaut, missed her, but Scorgi able to tip it forward. Pearson looking to give it back, intercepted by Williams. Scorgi gets it back, but offside. 13:47 to go in the opening period.
What a great quick start for the Barrie Sharks, but don't count the Central York Panthers out yet.
Sharks got out to a 2-0 lead in the game earlier today against Blue Water with goals from Olivia Leddy and Kate Stewart. Blue Water responded late, but Barrie was able to put that one away. Esther Brooks trying to come up the wing for Essex. That was intercepted. Alex Dusson plays it down lower corner. Flint getting there first, beats Sutton to the puck and plays it across for Wang. Johnson tried to go across for Essex, intercepted by Dusson and played down low to the corner. Grabbed by Urbach. Lydia Urbach stops up behind the net. Looking for space, finds Meta stepping out. Meta shot blocked away there. Urbach up to Meta. And Urbach behind the net. Samantha Whittle in net for the Panthers. She made both starts in the regular season against the Sharks. That's Amelia Wilkinson for Barrie. The first match for the year against Central York. Foul forward against the boards. Stoikos able to drop it back to Flint, who fanned on the pass. Flint up the wing, it gets past Meta and Essex down the length of the ice. Icing waved off. Lloyd's there to grab it. Coming up the wing, Lloyd able to beat Janowski, gets it up to Letty. Olivia Letty, a very impressive performance in the game earlier today. Janowski gets the puck from her and finds Clements. Sent to the middle, looking for Buckley, just missed her. Hand is up, icing call. Whittle 16-6 on the earth, a .917 save percentage. Wilkinson 14-5 at .940. One thing both these teams have in common is two strong goaltenders. It really doesn't matter who's in net for the Sharks or the Panthers. They've got a real good shot at stealing the game for them. 7 across for Lloyd. Played up in the air, knocked down by Clements. What comes out to the point? Lloyd. Down low, Keller an opportunity, broken up by Clements. Esther Brooks has lost her stick. She'll regather it. Keller trying to get free of Janowski. And she's able to do that. Centers for Severn an opportunity. That goes wide to Whittle. Rebound Esther Brooks flipping it out of the zone for Buckley. Knocked off her stick. Lloyd will drop it back for Dion. Up the wing, Severn. Nice move on Cody May. Severn may have a break. Into the zone. Past the D. Flips the shot wide. Keller tried to center. That was broken up. Grabbed by Minor. Up the wing. Lee quickly across the pack. And out come the Panthers. Pack to Van Berkel. She'll fire a shot. Glove save Wilkinson. First time the Panthers have pressured her here, and she's able to make the save.
Great action back and forth. Goalies haven't been tested yet, but we're still early in frame number 1.
Van Berkel and Sutton on the draw. Jugnot trying to get out of the way, doesn't work. Sutton flipped it back, but grabbed by Pack. Now tipped down front and backhander by Lee just wide. Rebound Scorgi back the other way. Van Berkel all over her, able to force a turnover, battle for the puck. Charette will grab it, drops it back for Marion Jugnot. Back across for Charette. These two were put together in the round 1 playoff series when Ella Lloyd was out of the lineup, and they've really looked good together as a defensive pairing. Shred up to Jugnot. Tipped off the puck. DeGear trying to deflect it forward. Shred intercepts. Miner gets it back, playing it down low to DeGear. DeGear pinned to the boards by Sutton. Armand there. Shred trying to get it, intercepted by Johnston. Back to the point, Wang. Spins back on Larmond, finds Johnston and plays it down to the corner for DeGear. And DeGear trying to backhand it out in front. The only one there is Charette. DeGear coming from behind, trying to force a turnover. Charette will grab it, playing it to Jugnot. Up the boards, deflected around, tipped by Sutton, but right to the opposing captain in DeGear. She got taken down, tried to center, only one there was Scorgi. Back the other way, Riley Scorgi through the middle. Sharks come in offside. Jugnot coming from a defensive position to chase the puck. Scorgi will tip it as Jugnot heads back to get a change. That's Lou and Meta come on the ice. Johnston with possession in her own end, going to take a skate with it. Able to get past Urbach. And in the middle, try to make a move, tipped by Meta. DeGear able to grab possession. Cross for Johnston. Johnston tried to center for Stoikos. That was tipped out of the zone. Grabbed by Cody. Cross for Clemens. Sent forward to Stoikos. In, broken up. Tipped, grabbed by Moinoy Liu. Backhanded forward, Urbach is there. Up to Liu, but not out of the zone. Clemens able to keep it in. 9.5 to go here in the opening frame. Stoikos steps up, spins back on Stewart. Stoikos fights through the pressure, plays it down low. Meta is there. Now fight through the pressure of Essex. Collided with Johnson, and it'll be grabbed by Stewart. Up the wing for Dussault, that's sent out. Official's hand is up, but not enough as it landed right beside the net. Clemens to Cody, both teams making changes. Cody up to Janowski, stops up on Dion, passing it across. Bree and Estabrook's tied up there, and the Sharks are able to get it right back out. Miner tried to send it in, quickly knocked down by Lloyd. She'll drop it back to Dion, across for Bree. Bree to Pearson, able to get past Lou, maybe another opportunity for Pearson, has Letty with her. Pearson to the net, tried to go forehand, didn't get the shot off. Good defensive play there by the Panthers. Battle forward, Estabrook to the middle, tipped out of the zone by Bree. Lloyd going to spin forward. Finds Pearson out, breakaway for Shannon Pearson, already with one. Pearson in all alone, trying to go forward, and again the Panthers from behind with a strong defensive play. That was Buckley lifting the stick of Pearson to make sure that their goalie Whittle not test it. Dion to the middle, it hit the skate of 7. Luckily Lloyd beats Van Berkel to the puck, able to play it off the boards to Keller. Keller up the wing into the zone. And go behind the net. Comes around the lead. Lee up the wing, playing it to Pack. Tipped by Jugnot. Tries to move it forward. Severn will grab it, finding Charette. Charette spinning free of Van Berkel, plays it forward. Keller gets it into the zone, now Sutton up the wing. Aaliyah Sutton trying to drive the net, tipped wide by Lee. Sharks been getting close to Will, but not able to get the quality of shots they want. There's some good defensive plays from the Panthers. Flint trying to knock it free. Sutton drops it back to the point. Charette kept it in, sent it over top of the net. Sutton battles Van Berkel to try and get there first. Knocked down to Scorgi. Riley Scorgi behind the net, trying to snare for Larmond. That was blocked by DeGear. Larmond comes down to grab it herself. DeGear able to pin her to the boards, and Flint will try and take it out back the other way. Flipped it forward to Lee, that was blocked off and sent down low by Scorgi. Larmond up the boards, Scorgi plays it right back to her, tipped down behind the net. Lee able to spin off of Stewart. She'll look to take a skate the other way. Lee across for Flint. Sent up the boards. Jugnot knocked it down, grabbed by DeGear, maybe an opportunity now. DeGear centers for Williams, tried to spin and shoot, but Lou and Stewart all over her. Marmont will go up the boards and out of the zone. Didn't make it that far. Cody tried to send it in back the other way. Stewart able to fight off the gear and find Meta. Sonia Meta up the wing. She'll play it off the boards into the zone. Whittle is there. Plays it around. Sharks are going to keep it in. Pearson. Down off the boards. Play behind the net. Deflects right to Whittle. And a whistle. Sharks playing with 11 forwards again in this game. And correct me if I'm wrong, no call-ups allowed in provincials.
That is correct. There are no call-ups.
Now, of course, last 2 weekends going championship weekend, the Sharks had Cindy Franz come up from U15 AA in Sudbury, and she was fantastic. Johnson turned over. Urbach an opportunity, and shot stopped by Whittle. Rebound Urbach. Trying to fight through it. Stoikos is there. Goes up the wing, past Meta and out of the zone. Down low, Lou. Plays it around. Minor trying to beat Dusson into the pocket, deflects to Johnson. Tried to come to the middle. Now Johnson has a chance. Stopped by Wilkinson. Rebound Dusson. Flipped around the boards, past Urbach and out. Stoikos slaps it down. Tipped by Meta for an Essex glide as Lou will knock it free. Lou to Dusson, trying to get it out. Kept in by Central for a moment, but now back out the other way is Lou. Into the zone, Lou fighting through Essex, trying to get through Janowski. She gets taken down. And it'll be whistled down.
The way things are going so far in the first period, Josh, I would expect as the game continues to see more physicality from both squads.
Lou got taken down hard there, no call on the play. Looked like it was Janowski that got tied up with her. Sharks win the draw. Lloyd a shot, deflected by Sutton. Whittle able to make the save. So I don't want to be the bearer of bad news this early in the night, Cheryl, but it's already 2-0 Burlington.
The night is young, Josh. Let's be positive, shall we?
Sutton wins the draw. Dion across for Lloyd, a one-timer deflected wide. Rebound, 3 behind the net. Knocked free, and Janowski's there. Janowski up the wing, past Estabrook's down the ice. Past Dion, that'll be icing against the Panthers. 4:49 to go in the opening frame. Off the draw, Keller to the point, Dion. Cross for Lloyd. She'll step up, takes a shot, that goes well. Estabrooks gets there. Dion able to step up and get a deflection. Severn trying to come through, broken up. Estabrooks will go back the other way for Buckley. Tried to make a move on Lloyd, that was tipped. Lloyd will spin back and regroup and finds Dion. Up to Severn. Cross for Keller, tried to flip her right back across, that was broken up. Van Berkel looking to go back the other way. Lead to Pat. Intercepted. Charette to Keller. Up the boards out of the zone. Flint is there. Played up to Pat. Tipped by Charette. And intercepted by the Sharks. Keller to Stewart. Tried to backhand across in the skate of Lee. Zoe Lee going back the other way. Tried to find Pack through the middle. Clements looking to keep it in. Stewart chips it out. It's broken up. Scorgi goes back to Jugman. Cross for Charette. Played off the boards to Stewart. Drops it back to Jugnaut. 3:40 to go here in the first period. Only goal coming 39 seconds in. Shannon Pearson. Who's out on the ice right now. Johnston with possession. Trying to go back the other way. Let's lead to DeGear. Panthers are offside. They'll have to regroup as Pearson takes possession. Fan on the pass. Flip forward, grabbed by Lou. It's intercepted. Pearson trying to tip it forward. Scorgi is there, played off the boards and into the zone. Johnston to the gear, tipped forward. Down the ice. No icing call. Jugnaut couldn't get it out. Johnston there. Centers it. Williams is loose, but Urbach came from behind with a big deflection there. Dusson back the other way, finds Pearson, maybe an opportunity, but just offside for the Sharks.
What great defensive work by the Barrie Sharks in front of Wilkinson.
Seen it both ways so far tonight. A couple of great chances out in front, both ways that have been broken up by some strong defensive plays. Sent into the Shark end. De Geer gonna chase, taken down into the boards by Lou. Williams will grab it. Off the boards to the point, Wang gets it out of the zone. Come right back in, Dusson all over the entire time, forcing the turnover. Urbach tried to flip it across and intercept it. Johnson is there, goes back to Johnston. Up to Wang, to Johnson. Intercepted, Wang will come back. She'll regroup. Sent all the way across for Essex. That's deflected and hit a Shark in the bench. That looked like Jenny Keller. Off the draw, battle for it against the boards. Flipped into the Shark end. Lloyd is there. Played around the boards for Breed. Kept in by Cody and played down low. Deflected by Lloyd. But right to the glove of Wilkinson. We remain at 1-0 Barrie.
Sharks got off to a really quick start with that early goal with 39 seconds, I heard you say, Josh?
Yep.
Been pretty even since.
Lloyd up the boards, kept in by Cody. A shot, that goes wide at Dion. Rebound Clements. Tipped up in the air. Shannon Pearson there, intercepted. Essex is there. Pearson able to get it right back. Spins it back to Ella Lloyd. Lloyd will go to Severn, tipped out of the zone, down the length of the ice. And it looks like Keller's able to get there first. Stickless Clements finds Severn through the middle, and that's fired way over the top. Lloyd will step down, trying to center for Keller. That's deflected around, backhander Pearson wide. Rebound battle for it. Janowski comes free with it. Will play it off the boards. Right forward, knocked down by Keller. Chip to Pearson. Makes a move on Clements and she's through. Pearson takes a shot, save. Rebound Keller! Just over her stick. Penalty coming to Central York. Lloyd to Keller down low. Centers. One-timer Pearson blocked. Estabrooks will touch. And the first penalty of this game. Cheryl, I was just about to talk to you at the next whistle about how no penalties were called, but here we are.
Been a good clean period so far up until that point, but penalty necessary.
Janowski to the box. And the Sharks will get their first power play opportunity of this game. Scorgi wins the draw. Meta through the middle, takes a shot, little to save. Rebound Urbach. Off the board, Scorgi. Final 40 seconds of this period. This power play may carry over to the second. Minor pins her to the boards. Scorgi gets it free and knocks it around. Trying to catch up to it, battling Lee with the puck. Jugnaut trying to keep it in as well. They will go out back the other way. De Geer trying to make some magic work short-handed, but Meta broke it up. Lee spins it down low. De Geer knocks it free at Jugnaut. She'll come to the middle. De Geer making a move on Scorgi. Tipped free by the Sharks, and Riley Scorgi will regroup. Back to Jugnaut. Urbach up the wing. Final 10 seconds. Sent back in by Minor. Wilkinson will leave it for Jugnaut. Final 5 seconds. Severn, maybe one final chance. Has to get a shot off. She won't, and that will do it. So 1-0 Sharks after one. The only goal coming 39 seconds in. Shannon Pearson with the opening goal. And just like in the game earlier, 15 minutes, no flood here after the first intermission. Cheryl, what are your thoughts on the first period?
It was great to see the Sharks get off to a really quick start with that first goal by Shannon Pearson, and as you indicated, maybe she does have a bit more of incentive after the gift that was given to her earlier this evening. I've been crocheting a scarf that documents the entire Junior Sharks season, and that was presented to Shannon Pearson out of a draw. And I highlighted all 19 of her goals this season, so maybe she is playing with a little bit more spunk. But you know what? Don't count Central York Panthers out yet. They've had good jump, good chances in the offensive zone. So Josh, while we have a moment, what's going to be your takeaway after this season is over? What's been your favorite part about this season?
I think the bronze medal game.
The bronze medal game?
Bronze medal game. You know, the Sharks, they played Etobicoke twice this season in the regular season. Didn't go their way either time. A couple frustrating games. They lose in overtime to them once. Then they came back down to Etobicoke. They lose. They allow 51 shots. Maybe not the game they were looking for coming into it. And also losing to them in the bronze medal last year and coming back this year and winning the bronze medal against them. Probably pretty sweet for them.
They definitely had a mission on when they came down to championship weekend, and when they found out they were facing the Etobicoke Junior Dolphins yet again in the same place they were a year ago. It was sweet to see them come away with a victory, and watching all of those girls celebrate, just the icing on the cake after the fantastic season we've watched all season long, both at home and on the road.
So just as a reminder, Barrie currently sits tied with Burlington for first place in their pool, and Barrie came in as at -2, Burlington at 0, and they need a better goal differential than Burlington if both teams win to move on. Unfortunately, Burlington's now up 3-0, so Burlington's a +3, Barrie's a -1, so a lot of work for the Sharks to do, and they're going to need a bit of help from Burlington if they want to move on to the quarterfinals. Ella Lloyd with possession drops it back to the point. Keller to Sutton, Sharks still on a power play. Pearson with space, takes the shot, that was blocked by Flint. Rebound deflected, Pearson is there. Back to the point for Lloyd. Lloyd waits, finds Sutton, 40 seconds left in the power play. Sutton to Lloyd, across for Pearson. Pearson steps up, comes to the middle, finds Dion charging Sutton. Sharks captain plays it down low to Stewart, trying to center for Keller. That goes just wide. Lloyd spins free of Flint, maybe an opportunity for Lloyd now. She'll fire off the outside of the bar. Rebound deflected around. Lloyd gets it back. 1 minute gone by in this second period. Sharks not as quick getting their first goal this period as they were in the last one. Janowski about to be out of the box. Pearson to Lloyd with 2 seconds left in the power play. Fans on the shot. Janowski is back as the Panthers take possession. Pack's going to find her up the wing. Janowski battling Pearson for possession. Pearson knocks it free. Sutton will grab it. Played off the boards down the other way. Grabbed by Flint. Cross for Clements. Slap forward to Janowski up the wing, Van Berkel. Van Berkel takes it, gonna come to the middle. Van Berkel fires the shot, Wilkinson the save. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in this period. Big kill there by Central York to stay within 1.
Second period getting off to a good start for Central York Junior Panthers. They want to get an equalizer as quickly as possible.
Off the draw, Urbach wins the draw. Jugnaught will send it out back the other way. We have a different looking group here with Urbach, Larmont, and Scorgi out on the ice. Larmont and Scorgi usually together with certain centers. Scorgi centers. Urbach one-timer denied by Whittle. Rebound Charette, she'll take a shot, that's blocked by Johnston. Puck goes up in the air, Urbach across for Jugnaught. Big save there by Samantha Whittle to keep the Panthers within 1. Larmont pinned to the boards by Van Berkel. Urbach knocks it free. Now Cody able to get it back. Clements flips it out of the zone, got past Jugnaught to Van Berkel. Tipped by Charette, but right to Clements. She'll chip it into the zone past Letty. Aaron Jugnaught the first one there. Jugnaught still looking for that elusive first goal. And what could potentially be the final game of the year. Lou, backhanded off the boards right to Stoikos, who glides her free. Played down low. Johnson trying to get it out, kept in by the Sharks. Played down low. Stewart tried to kick it free. Clements able to grab it. Loose pass blocked by Letty. Grabbed by Johnston. Avery Johnston going back the other way. Backhander across, intercepted by Letty. Will take a skate through the middle. Letty in with Stewart, the 2 goal scorers from the last game. Here's Stewart, just missed wide. Another big opportunity for the Sharks. Desperately needing goals if they want to get the goal differential they need to move on. Meta tipped into the zone by Dusson. She gets there first, tried to center for Sutton. broken up. Minor pinned to the boards, grabbed by Lou. Essex back the other way. Finds Johnson. Backhand into the zone, tipped by Lou. Loose pass, hit a skate. Go right back to Sonia Meta. Urbach backhanding it forward. Broken up by Williams, played down to the corner. The gear pins her to the boards. Battle for it, Urbach. Tried to chip it out, kept in by Williams, finds De Geer. An opportunity for Central York. De Geer trying to make a move, but Lou breaks it up. Johnston pinned to the boards now by Lou. Strong shift in her own end there for Moinoy Lou. Urbach back the other way for Sutton, and here come the Sharks. Sutton into the zone, able to beat Flint. A shot stopped by Whittle. 10:36 to go. Bit of rough stuff out in front there as well, but cooler heads will prevail.
What action here in the second period at both ends. Central York not giving in. They want to get an equalizer as quickly as possible. Sharks, they want to keep putting pucks on the net.
Definitely looks like it's going to be another tight one between these two teams. Keller plays it down low. Lloyd's tried to center, just missed Severn. Here's Dion, a shot deflected, save Whittle, and she'll gather it. A one-goal game the first time these two teams met, and then the last time it was a two-goal game, but very tight the entire way. Felt like either team could have won that until the Sharks got one late to extend their lead and really put that one away. Pearson and De Geer on the draw. Won by Pearson. Off the boards, intercepted. Minor up to Williams, tipped. Loren to the skate of Lloyd. Williams will keep possession. Finds Johnston, looking for a shot. That was blocked. Rebound De Geer. House for it. Got through a couple defenders. De Geer tied up by Pearson. Pinned to the boards, and Lloyd will intercept. Lloyd flipped down the length of the ice. And Minor gets there first. Icing called with 9:54 to go. Face off here in the Shark end. And Burkle got kicked out. And now she has the puck. Back to the point, Minor. Steps up with a slapper, deflected, but that goes wide. Rebound Dion. The board's kept in by Lou, looking for Pat. Has her. Pat keeps possession, goes back to Lou. Cross from Minor, Severn all over her. Looking up now, Van Burkle grabs it, tried to make a move, tipped by Dion. Right to Leo, steps up, takes a shot, blocked by Lloyd. Down Lloyd, looking to go back the other way, pushed into the boards. Minor. Broken up, played down low now. Van Burkle, a shot, stopped by Wilkinson. Good chances both ways with 9:16 to go.
It's amazing to watch these two teams in action. I think that both coaches said the same thing to both quads. Put pucks in the net.
Battle for it. Janowski taken down, but now goes back to the point for Wang. Fanned on it, Larmont looking to go back the other way. Glides there with Flint, and Wang will play it up for Janowski. Janowski into the zone, took a stumble. Shred off the boards, Jugnaut. Around for Scorgi, played forward to Stewart. And Janowski get tied up. Scorgi looking to go back the other way, kicked by Larmont. And Jugnaut will grab it and regroup. Charette to Stewart. Tape pass, flipped into the zone. Goes down low, Wang. Up the wing, Buckley. Intercepted, Stewart looking for Scorgi, broken up. Vree can't keep it in. But able to tip it back to Jugnaut. Cross for Charette, 8:20 to go here in the second. Stewart will send it in past Flint. Down in behind the net. Wang is there, and around the boards, Flint. Right up the wing, Essex will tip it in. Essex to Stoikos, maybe an opportunity here. Tried to drop the pass. Broken up, Stoikos turned over. Talia Sutton will go back the other way. Tried to chip it forward past Urbach. That was broken up. Stoikos will take possession, comes in offside with 7:54 to go. Only goal of this one still coming Less than a minute into this game, in a game where both teams really need to outscore their opponent by a ton to have any shot at moving on to the quarterfinals, but not really surprising. Both teams can put up numbers offensively, but two really strong goals, and Wilkinson and Whittle in net. Sutton looking for Bousson, that was intercepted. Grabbed by Lou, played into the zone, down the length of the ice. Clements backhanding it forward to Johnston, and up to Williams. Williams back the other way, backhanding it in, trying to get past Lloyd. Almost did, but Lloyd eventually gets it. Tried to play it off the boards, kept in by Johnston. Down to the gear. Central York looking for something. One-timer, Johnston blocked away by Wilkinson. Williams went down in front. Back to her feet, looks no worse for wear. Lloyd off the boards, kept in by Cody. Pass missed the gear and went right back to Lloyd. Cross to Meta. She gathers it, plays it off the boards, it deflects to the middle. Urbach couldn't keep it in, now Pack. Maybe an opportunity here, save Wilkinson. Rebound, Van Perkel, just missed. Central York really ramping up the pressure here. Minor broken up. Sutton trying to go back the other way, fighting through Pack now, a 2-on-1 with Urbach. Sutton trying to get it across, broken up by Lou. Back the other way, Lou plays it forward, but right to Dion. The wing. Offside with 6:42 to go. Face-off will come to the Shark end. Two huge opportunities there for Central York. And Barry goes right back the other way. Couldn't get it on net though. Lloyd to Dion. Played forward to Pearson. Makes a move on Lee into the zone. Pearson for 7, takes a shot, missed over top. Keller up to the point for Dion. Tried to deflect it through the middle, now Pearson's got it, tipped out of the zone by Lee. Lloyd will flip it in. Mara Lou is there. She'll play it to Lee. Sent forward for Estabrook, just off her stick to Jugnaught. Jugnaught to Lloyd, and the Sharks will regroup. Jugnaught off the boards looking for Keller. That was intercepted. Lou will grab it, play it to Buckley. Janowski collided with Jugnaught. Buckley able to grab it. Plays it down behind the net. No one there. Wang and Severn race for it. Sharks get it. Jugnaught off the boards to Keller. Back the other way they go. Keller into the zone, trying to get past Flint, and she will. Keller a backhander, stopped by Whittle. 5:34 to go. Stewart, Scorgi, and Larmond will come out. On the draw, Stewart wins it. Scorgi a shot, that's blocked. Stewart with it. Down low, tried to center, that deflected. Now Scorgi with the puck. She'll fire a shot, save Will up in the air, and she grabs it.
No matter how this game ends, Josh, we are being treated to two stupendous goaltenders in this contest, making incredible saves, keeping their team in the action.
Don't know where that one would have ended up, but up in the air, Will reaching the arm back to come out, find that puck. Jugnaught plays it over to Charette. Up to Scorgi, tipped into the zone. Scorgi now goes after it, able to beat Cody to the puck. Fights through the pressure, got past Essex. Scorgi plays it down to Larmond, interceptor, and grabbed by Cody. Cody off the boards to Stoikos. Jugnaught is there, played forward to Stewart. Backhanded in, here comes Larmond, maybe an opportunity. She'll fire a shot, that goes wide. Central York trying to catch up to it, Sharks were making changes. 5 fresh players out on the ice for Barry. Lloyd up to Bree. Got 3 of her defender and sends it into the zone. Lou is there, Letty tried to block it off. Maybe got a piece of it as she'll now catch up to the puck and take it herself. Olivia Letty back to the point for Meta. Pushed into the boards by Williams. Letty makes a move. Kept in by Sutton for a moment, then knocked out by DeGear. Maybe a 2-on-1 back the other way. DeGear with Johnston. Goes across for Johnston, but just behind her. Cheyenne DeGear, 35 goals, 32 assists in the regular season. She's looking for another assist there, but just missed. Her teammate, Avery Johnston. Less than 4 to go here in the second. Wang plays it forward to DeGear. Drops for Johnston. Down to DeGear. Gets free of the puck. Tried to center Johnston. Backhanded off the boards. Or off the side of the net. Williams tried to backhand it down low. Intercepted by Lloyd. Her clearing attempt kept in by Williams. Panthers have done a good job keeping these clearing attempts in. Centering pass DeGear blocked off by Lloyd. Williams was sneaking in across the ice there. Had an easy shot in to the net. Get a dot in there. Williams will send it in. Wilkinson leaving it for Meta. Meta up to Urbach. Looking for Sutton. Kicked forward, intercepted by Lee. Meta is there, played into the zone. Clements is there, but bad pass, and Urbach's got it. Up the wing, Urbach and Clements battling. Centered for Sutton. Aaliyah Sutton takes a shot, deflected by Dussault. Whittle the save. Rebound Dion, centered Urbach. Tip to Sutton, the shot blocked by Pack. Trying to go back the other way. Collides with Jugnaught as she gets it out. Urbach will send it right back in for the Sharks. Whittle is there, played to Flint. Sent forward to Pack, that's tipped forward. Kicked away by Jugnaught. Jugnaught on their own end looking for Pearson, broken up. And here's Flint. Drops for Lee. Sent across. Buckley with it. Buckley will wait. Fires a shot. Save Wilkinson. And another whistle as Central York continues to search for the equalizer as we're in the final 2:18 of this period. Janowski and Pearson on the draw. And possession goes to Central York. Minor with it. Fighting through. Buckley couldn't get there. Now she does. Buckley all alone. Save Wilkinson. Rebound comes free. The Sharks have it. Back the other way. Severn. Gets past Lou. Tipped by Janowski. Got past Minor. Keller is there. Battle for it. Bit of a rugby scrum there, and Janowski will take it. Past Esterbrooks, kept in by Jugnaught. Played off the boards to Keller. Sharks are going to go on the attack here. Keller backhands it down to the corner. Grabbed by Lou. Into the boards by Pearson. Janowski in her battle. Now the puck knocks free. Minor with Stewart all over it. Minor to Janowski. Broken up by Stewart. Lou to Buckley. Played forward to Dion down the wing. Central York offside there. Didn't touch the puck though. Final minute of the second. Cross-ice pass from Scorgi. She finds Larmont. Pressured by Flint. Tried to center. Wang breaks that one up. Scorgi all over her. Takes her down. Centering pass. Nobody home. Shred able to keep it in. 45 seconds to go. Shot in. Stopped there. Stewart wins the draw. Shred across to Lloyd. Looks like Central York recently made a goalie change. That's Wynot in that. She makes another save there. Scorgi. Down low, goes back to the point for Charette. Charette a shot, save. Rebound, backhander, scores! Kate Stewart with another goal. She got one earlier, she has one here, and the Sharks lead's extended to 2.
Well, Josh, that goal was definitely hard fought. Central York giving it all they can.
Sutton and DeGear on the draw. First minute of the first, last minute of the second for the Sharks for their goals so far. DeGear into the zone, battling Meta for it. That's deflected around. Williams comes free, stopped by Wilkinson.
Do you have an update in the Burlington game at all?
Still 3-0.
Still 3-0. So the Sharks are going to have their work cut out for them for the third period, as do the Central York Panthers.
Off the draw, Dusson to Meta. Pinned to the boards by Williams. And that will do it. 2-0 Sharks after 2, but Cheryl, not for a lack of effort by the Central York Panthers.
Definitely not. I expect the same in the third period. Don't expect the Central York Panthers to give up without a fight, even though they're down by 2. They're going to come out flying right out of the gate when the third period starts, and it's going to be exciting.
20-minute third period. We'll do a quick intermission before that. Right now, with it being 3-0 Burlington, the Sharks will need to add 3 more to their goal differential at least, just to tie Burlington as of right now. Burlington can still add to their lead. Anyways, we're going to take a break, but the third period's coming up. Hope you'll join us for that. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, everybody. 2-0 Sharks after 2 periods. Josh McCann here with Cheryl Gilroy. And Cheryl, through 2 periods, who do you think has the edge in this game, ignoring the scoreboard?
You know what, ignoring the scoreboard right now, going back and forth, aside from that one quick goal that Shannon Pearson made within 39 seconds at the beginning, it's been very even back and forth. To me, the outstanding thing in this contest has been both goaltenders. They both made incredible saves and will continue to keep their team in it. Expect both Whittle and Wilkinson to continue to do that between the pipes through this third and final period.
Wilkinson has played the entire game for Barrie. Central York made a change in the second period. Whittle out, why not in, late in the period.
Let's come back into the rink. There we go.
Burlington still up 3-0. And trying to bring a little bit of hope to everyone. The Sharks right now, they probably need 4 or 5 this period, to be honest. It's very unlikely, but it could happen.
As you know, in junior hockey, play the game, anything is possible. You literally don't know from one period to the next what to expect.
Stewart and Essex on the draw, potentially the final period of the
Good job, Josh.
final period of the year for both teams as we're back underway. Minor up the boards to Stoikos, kept in by Ella Lloyd. Makes a move on Johnson, takes a shot, deflected by Stewart, diving out to try and get a backhander off. Couldn't get it, why not the save? It's been a tight game, it's been a clean game. The one penalty coming late in the first period, but outside of that, nothing happening. Keller taken down off the draw, sent out of the zone by Johnson. Lloyd with the puck, off the boards, Stewart. Broken up, played off the boards, Keller. Into the zone, that's broken up. Play back the other way. Chipped by Lloyd, collision there. Shot from Esterbrooks, blockered away by Wilkinson. Lloyd trying to play it off the boards, that's broken up. Severn with it. Played out the zone by Lloyd down the length of the ice. Why not? We'll gather it. Could be interesting to see how the Sharks play this period. Even though they're up by 2 right now with the goal differential situation, if they maybe play it more like a period where they're coming in down 2. Strategies instead of trying to be defensive and lock it down, maybe looking to be way more offensive. That's going to be icing against Central York, and the face-off go back to the Panther end.
Josh, I think at this point with the Sharks as well as the Central York Panthers, what they need to do is you're looking at maybe your last period of play in the season. So you want to lay it all out there and just keep putting pucks in the net.
Shots is going to be a point of emphasis probably at that break. Both teams needing goals here this period. Blanked into the boards by Larmont, taken down. Janowski will grab it, goes up the boards. Jugnot kept it in, but deflected right to Flint. Sent through the middle to Buckley. What a pass. Buckley an all-alone shot. Stopped by Wilkinson. Rebound batted away by Charette. Flint sends it in over top of Wilkinson. We got horns here. Scorgi trying to bring it in.
Are the Sharks fans blowing horns? That's awesome.
Heard them doing it earlier as well. A couple of
Wish I'd known, I would have brought mine.
A couple of parents must have bought the horns. Van Berkel broken up. Cody flipped down the ice, bit of collision there. Now Van Berkel will grab it. Beat Dusson. Van Berkel to the middle of the shot, stopped by Wilkinson. I think that should be a point of emphasis next season. If there are any higher-ups listening, I think we need every fan that attends the game to have a horn next year.
Well, that's got to get provided then. We need a sponsor for that, Josh.
Sure, we can look into it. Lee across to Clement, steps up with a slapper, that goes wide. Cody able to keep it in. Played down low, gets past Pack. Lloyd up the boards, tipped out of the zone by Dusson. Deflected back to Aaliyah Sutton, who tries to play it forward, and she will. Sutton into the zone, takes a shot, why not? Gathers that one. 17:28 to go.
am going to interject, though, anything but a cowbell. Make sure it's a horn.
What about a shark bell?
What's a shark bell sound like?
I don't know. It's going to make a shark noise, but I don't really know what noise they make.
All I can think of is the theme from Jaws. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Intercepted by Minor. Cross to Lou. 17-14 to go. Up to DeGear, tip forward. Wilkinson gets out of her net, uses the stick, plays it to Dion. Vree. Pass blocked by Minor. DeGear centers, just missed Johnston. Letty to Vree. Grabbed by Stewart, backhanded in. Sharks making a couple changes. Johnson will grab the puck. Able to get past Stewart, finding DeGear. Played off the boards, past Jugnaut down the length of the ice. Lloyd will get there first. Spins off with DeGear as the two of them collide. Johnston keeps it in. Able to find Williams, tried to chip it back out in front and intercepted. Lloyd off the boards, out back the other way, missed Keller. Flint now sending a shot in, deflected, and Wilkinson uses the stick to paddle that one away. Lloyd to Jugnaut. Up to 7. Trying to get it out. Puck remains in. Pearson is there, trying to flip it forward. Into the boards by Johnston. DeGear now free with it. And DeGear looking to take a skate, intercepted by Keller. Keller into the zone, trying to fight through, but Essex broke that one up. Big collision there. Essex into the boards, Keller into the net. And we will regroup here.
They're a lively bunch.
Off the draw, Clements, tipped by Severn, right back into the zone. Into the boards by Essex's Keller. Cody will go out back the other way for Stoikos. Pinned by Charette. Sent in by Johnson. Scorgi. Up to Larmont. Into the zone, broken up. Stoikos backhand broken up by Scorgi. Riley Scorgi tried to play it down low. Clements is there. Pinned it forward. Up the wing to past Esterbrook. And Charette will send it right back in. Up down behind the net, Larmont is there. Into the boards. Back to the point, Lewis shot blocked by Janowski. Back out the other way is Clements. Up for Esterbrook, tipped by Lou. Clements gets it back, finding Esterbrook. Sutton trying to play it forward. Puck comes back to Lou. Flipped down the length of the ice. Icing called.
What's the first shot of the year?
Janowski and Sutton on the draw. Battle forward against the boards. Puck came back to Larmont, kept in by Minor. Cross for Esterbrook. She'll take a shot, deflected. Wilkinson save, rebound off the post! Buckley came close again, but the puck stayed out. Esterbrook's looking for Mr. Lloyd and Buckley collide, but not enough contact for the officials to give Lloyd an interference call. Lloyd will take a skate with it, coming through the middle, past Minor, trying to beat the D. Lloyd still has it driving the net, couldn't get a shot off. Back the other way, Van Berkel to Pack, right on her stick. Pack into the zone, spins back, looking for Lee, just missed her. Lloyd off the boards to Dion, up to Urbach. Urbach looking for Dusson, just missed her. And was up for a second there for icing, but not enough on it. Puck comes to the middle, Flint turned over, Stewart kicks it forward, taken down. Lang will go back the other way, and now will regroup. That's turned over, Vria's shot blocked, puck's up in the air, knocked down, battle for it, and why not will hold. 13:32 to go.
How did that puck not go in, Josh?
I don't know.
Did it hit the crossbar? Or you did it? Okay. Incredible.
Still 3-0 Burlington. And still 2-0 here for the Barrie Sharks. Puck will come up the wing. Flint to Pat. Battle for it. 3. Knocked back to Dion. Clean Dion playing it forward for Stewart. Missed her and it'll go down the ice. Pack across for Wang. Sent forward to Lee. Collided with Meta and it goes out back the other way. DeGear to the middle. Has some space. DeGear coming around. Takes a shot. Scores! What a shot from Cheyenne DeGear. And the Panthers captain has them within 1.
Definitely a no give up attitude by the Central York Junior Panthers, and they get rewarded for that.
Exact same situation as last time these two teams faced off. Sharks got out to a 2-0 lead, then it was DeGear with a goal to get the Panthers within 1. Last time the Sharks got the next one. We'll see what happens here. Pearson up to Severn. Back the other way, maybe a 3-on-2. Severn across. Can Keller catch up to it? No, she can't. Clements looking to go back the other way. Very well-earned goal for the Central York Panthers, who have put on a ton of pressure this game on Wilkinson. Had some great opportunities, including a couple here this period, and they may have another one here. Williams to Johnston through the middle, looking to tie. DeGear looking to knock it free, but can't. Pearson's pass blocked, sent out back the other way. Now Keller on it. Knocked away from her, and it's grabbed by Lou. Sent forward, tipped in by DeGear. Chill it off on a change, the Shreds. Back in her own end. Flipped across, tipped by Scorgi, grabbed by Larmond, and into the zone. Scorgi tipping it in. Fights through Stoikos, comes up the wing, drops for Lloyd. Broken up, Sutton stumbled. Down to Lloyd. Into the boards by Johnson. Stoikos is there, backhand up the wing, kept in by Larmond. Puck comes to the middle, Essex turns it over. Dion is there, 11:30 to go. Now Lloyd. Sent in. Puck comes around, Janowski to the middle, that's broken up. No overtimes in these games. As if the game is tied after the end of the third period, that's where we stand. Great chance there by Sutton. Now she's got the puck again, tried to wrap around, that was broken up. Sutton back to Lloyd. Over to Sutton, played down. Behind the net, Lou. Buckley tips it forward, down on the length of the ice. And Esterbrooks, a great effort there to beat out Lloyd. Lloyd was able to get the puck back, backhands it up the boards. Stewart plays it around Flint, and now back the other way. Stewart tried to send it across, it comes to the middle. Urbach breaking in, back to Stewart, a shot stopped by Weinon. Rebound Buckley. Back the other way, Buckley at the crossbar earlier this period. But a great opportunity as she flips it in. Van Berkel, into the boards by Lou. Stewart trying to knock it free. Up the wing, Dusson. Broken up, Flint is there. Van Berkel tips it forward. Lou with possession. Flint battling Meta. Puck played down behind the net. Lou collided with Lee and lost her stick. Meta's there to grab it. Played to Pearson. Flip forward, that's broken up. There's a collision, Van Berkel grabs it. Over halfway done the third period. DeGear into the zone. Already with one. Fighting through Meta, taken down. And Letty will grab it. Johnston all over her, now forcing a turnover. Cody will take possession. Cody for Johnston, Letty able to break that one up. Backhanded forward for Pearson. And she'll find Jessica Bree across the wing. Bree flips it in past Williams and on net. And Weinon save with 9:12 to go. One of the things I find so interesting about this tournament here is this is the home of the Mississauga Junior Hurricanes, and this is the rink they play in, but that doesn't mean that all 3 of their games were on this rink. So you may have seen in the background there, they're in intermission in their game right now, so they traveled through the concourse and came into their locker room here in the arena.
I noticed that. Keeping the same dressing room all weekend long.
Severn sending a shot that deflects down behind the net. Sutton is there. Spins back, trying to center, but pinned off by Cody. The gear now, her pass broken up. Cody will go off the boards to Johnston. Pinned off by Charette, but grabbed by Cody. Maybe numbers back the other way for the Sharks. Cody for DeGear, broken up. Bit of a collision there with Keller and Severn and DeGear. Charette will come into the zone, tried to take a shot, broken up. Sutton tried to sneak in, grabbed by Cody. Williams can't get it out though. Now the Panthers do. Essex will send it into the zone. Right on net. Wilkinson uses the stick to paddle that one away. Puck into the boards. Back to the point. Lou to Johnson. Played down low. Charette takes down Essex. Scorgio backhanded down behind the net, and Charette is there. Played around. Stewart couldn't get it out. Johnson off the boards. Essex centers. Stoikos an opportunity blocked by Charette. Rebound Scorgi. Backhanded across to Jugnaught. Flip forward, grabbed by Scorgi. Essex snuck in to force the turnover. Johnson now. Flips it in. Panthers will make changes. Less than 8 minutes to go. Sharks looking to hold on for one last victory. Pass just missed Urbach. In on net, stopped by Wynot with 7:33 remaining in the third.
Time winding down here in the third period. Both teams still have a lot of work ahead of them if they hope to move on to tomorrow's elimination games.
Not getting any help from Blue Water. Score still 3-0. Dusson trying to center, that's broken up. Wang will spin back on Pearson. Stumbles, then Dusson took down Wang. Buckley to Janowski. Into the zone. Janowski tried to make a move on beyond, that was broken up. Balfour, Buckley tried to tip it forward, kept in. Esterbrook's now sending it down low, just past Buckley. Beyond to the middle, tipped out of the zone by Dusson. Lang flicks it in. Van Berkel the only one there. Panthers making changes. Van Berkel got past one, got him shot off. And that goes down behind the net and out to a point for Flint. Flint's pass broken up by Dusson, and now Urbach will take a skate with it. It was 2-1 last time these teams played when Urbach got the Sharks an insurance goal. She won't get it here as she heads off on a change. Lloyd off the boards, Letty tips it forward. Van Berkel intercepted by Vree, and now Sutton has space to the middle. Sutton, nice move on Clemens, a shot stopped there. Sharks came close to adding to their lead, but Aaliyah Sutton couldn't get it in. Pack back the other way, Van Berkel. Here come the Panthers. Van Berkel, a shot blocked by Lou. Rebound centered, but nobody home. Clements, down low, tipped by Sutton. She'll grab it, plays it around for Olivia Letty. Missed Letty, and Cody will play it down low. Cody backhanded pass to DeGear. DeGear tried to center, finds Johnson a chance tonight. Rebound Cody, couldn't get it on net. Now she has it. Cody centers, it's in the skates of a couple Shark players. DeGear knocks it down. Panthers have possession. Cody centers for DeGear, trying to spin free. Williams now chance. Her shot deflected wide. Rebound Letty flipped up the boards and out of the zone. Johnston with it. Finds Williams to the middle. Clara Williams into the zone, trying to get past Dion. Takes a shot, missed over top of the net. Rebound Johnston. Flip down past Williams. Sutton and DeGear collide, and now Williams jammed it into the net, but they're going to say no goal.
I do believe the whistle went before the Central York players were starting to celebrate, which is the reason why the referee waved that off.
That also was off. Maybe a bit of interference with Williams jamming away there. 5:20 to go. Sharks lead still intact despite that big offensive rush by Johnston, DeGear, and Williams. Keller pushing it into the zone, got free of Lou, and now May 7 will come through the middle. She'll fire a shot, that goes wide. Ford Essex up to the point, Meta shot, that goes wide of the net. Balfour Stewart tried to spin back, broken up. Jugnaut's pass, intercepted. Essex into the zone. She'll take a shot, that's broken up. Johnson pushed off the puck. Severn off the boards, Lou kept it in. Now intercepted by May Severn. Lou is there. Played up the wing, Stewart will keep it in. Essex is there. Played across for Estabrooks. Estabrooks brings it into the zone. Collides with Lloyd, the two of them go down. No hands up, Armand will play it in. Down behind the net, Janowski is there. Battle for it against the boards. Now grabbed by Buckley, who makes a move. Buckley up the wing, trying to get past Pearson. That's turned over, and Charette is there. Charette spins free. Larmond now trying to play it forward. Battle for it, pinned to the boards. Now the puck comes back to Lloyd. Lloyd through the middle, flipping it into the zone. 3:34 to go. Wang to Janowski, tipped forward. Battle for it, now back the other way is Buckley. Buckley will just flip it in and take a change. Sent forward to Pearson. Sent in on net, save, why not? Dusson now the middle of slapper, stopped by Wynot with 3:03 to go. Mississauga and Ottawa have won, so the Ottawa Lady Sens and the Mississauga Hurricanes will be moving on to the quarterfinals. 3-0 Burlington right now with 9:31 to go in the third period. Puck comes around. Pack with it. Played forward. Grabbed by Urbach. Around for Van Berkel, pinned to the boards by Meta. Back to a point. Clements will step up. She'll take a shot, deflected, and that goes wide. Rebound Dusson. Up the boards, kept in by Pack. Pack to Lee. Back to the point, Cody. She'll send a slapper. That's blocked by Dusson. Rebound Cody, blocked by Lou. Central York still has it in the zone though. Clements off the boards to the corner. Intercepted now. Van Berkel tried to bring it out in front. Meta was able to get back and break it up. Van Berkel now up the boards. Johnston couldn't get to it as it took a hard bounce. And they'll regroup. Van Berkel tipped it past Meta, couldn't get past Stewart, but Johnston able to take possession. Avery Johnston through the middle, makes a move on Meta, spins back, finding Minor. Minor takes a shot, stopped by Wilkinson. 2:03 to go. Top line of DeGear, Williams, and Johnston out there for Central York. Top line of Stewart, Severn, Keller out there for the Sharks. It's best on best here in the final 2 minutes. Minor for Williams, just missed her. Lloyd across to Jugnaut. Sent forward to Keller. Push forward, intercepted. DeGear looks back the other way. Into the zone. Why not still in the net? Lloyd with possession, flipped up the boards and out of the zone. Keller and Lou chasing after it. Lou will get there first. Able to fight through a couple Sharks to find Williams. Take some pressure from behind. Lloyd a slapper denied. Rebound Stewart. Battle for it. There goes up the boards and out of the zone. Ella Lloyd is there. Cross for Jugnaut. 1:13 to go. Tipped by Lou. Collision for it, out of the zone. Jugnaut will gather. DeGear, a hard hit into the boards on Jugnaut. And that'll be a penalty. texting this game.
Well, Josh, while Ella is being attended to, no, it's Marin Jugnut being attended to. Let's talk about something happy. What are you looking forward to for next season? Ooh, tough question to ask you. You're actually
there's
speechless.
A lot of stuff to look forward to. I think the Sharks are going to be, as Jugnut's starting to get to her feet, I think the Sharks are going to be looking to continue improving on these 2 record-breaking seasons. They're going to have some new additions. A lot of players still back on this team, and glad to see Jugnut's okay. She'll get attended to on the bench. 5 in a game for checking from behind. Williams will come serve the penalty. Not the end of the season that DeGear was looking for. I believe that's also the end of her Panther career, as she's moving on after this season. So one final Shark power play to end the season off. We'll see if they can get one more goal. Off the draw, Flint with possession. Pearson is there, comes out to Sutton. Sutton taken down. That's on net, and Wynot will make a save. Panthers head coach Steve Dempsey getting into it with the officials. It's not like a high stick call. Keller is there. Up to the point, Lloyd, backhanded down to Pearson. Stoikos is there, sent out of the zone. Wilkinson will leave it for Lloyd. Final 25 seconds of this one. Stewart into the zone. Up the wing, drops for Pearson. Pearson across, tipped by Wang. Sutton shoved to the boards. Keller tried to center, tipped, and now hands up. Looks like they're both going to go here. So final 11 seconds, coincidental minus there, so they'll remain 5-on-4. Stewart is there, takes the shot, deflected by Herbach out in front. Sharks looking for one more and stop there. Seconds left, and we're going to get timeout called by head coach Dwayne Aldridge.
What do you suppose Coach Aldridge's message with 2 seconds remaining on the clock?
Score another one.
Got time, right? 2 seconds?
Things have gotten chippy here in the final minute. Maybe just wanting to remind us girls to not get into anything stupid here with 2 seconds left and make sure they just get out of it unscathed. Ball won by Essex. Sharks will just drop back and they will celebrate a 2-1 victory to end the season.
As exciting as this win is, unfortunately it does not get them enough to move on to the elimination games tomorrow. Am I correct, Josh?
That is correct. Burlington's still up 3-0. with 3 minutes to go in that one. Sharks right now would be a -1, so
It's not looking good.
they'd need a lot of goals.
And what about Central York's season?
Mississauga won, so Central York also done.
How fitting it is, since the two of us have looked at both of these teams all year, that our final broadcast this season is between these two teams. I'm actually kind of thrilled about that.
Both teams kind of just
Both teams hugging it out because they know it's the last time. 14 players on Central York moving on, so a brand new squad literally for them next year. 8 seniors moving on from the Barrie Junior Shark side, so a lot of new blood coming in for them and revamping.
So we'll get the final handshakes here, and as Cheryl mentioned, a lot of these girls will be moving on after this season. Probably a pretty emotional time for both teams. Both had very strong seasons. The Sharks another record-breaking year. Central York, 7th place finish, bronze medal at championships.
Silver.
Or silver.
Josh.
I know it's a silver, okay.
We got Central York people watching.
I'm sorry.
Congratulations
I'm
on the
sorry.
consolation silver, Central York Panthers.
I didn't say bronze, I said silver.
Yeah,
But-
okay, I'll rewind that back later and play it
No,
for you.
you're not. Okay. Are we done? Are we ready to wrap it up?
Wait a minute,
No,
wait a minute.
Well,
First and foremost, I want to say a big shout out to everybody at the Junior Shark Organization for having Josh and I on this season, not only for home games, but on the road as well. It was a privilege of both Josh and I to go on the bus with these players. I'm going to miss this squad. This squad was awesome as the goalies hug there in the slot area there. I'm going to miss these girls. It was great to get to know them from the first bus ride back in August, watching them develop over the season, having chit-chats with them. Just a great bunch of girls. Coach Eldridge has done wonders with this squad, another record-breaking season. I'm looking forward to next year and seeing how they can possibly improve upon this. Last year was a record-breaking season, bringing home a provincial bronze. This year it was a record-breaking season, bringing home a championship season bronze. It's only going to get better from here, Josh. The women's hockey is alive and well, and I'm so excited. I bet you didn't think you'd be covering girls hockey a couple of years ago, did you? You're enjoying it though, aren't
Yes,
you? It's great.
a lot of fun
It's
this
great
year.
hockey.
Also, shout out to Central York and the entire organization. We didn't get down to many games, but when we could, we definitely enjoyed our time down there and loved everyone we really interacted with. There's one parent that loves calling me Bob Cole, and I think that guy may be my favorite.
That makes me Harry Neal.
That's what he said, yes.
Oh, okay, we'll have to change those nicknames for next year. As Sharks don't want to leave the ice because they know it's going to be the final time all together. Everybody hugging it out there. Josh, it's been a privilege. I want a big shout out to my partner here, Josh. I've been doing this solo for quite some time, and it was awesome to have a partner in crime this season who came along for the ride, did my stats, worked my camera, did some great play-by-play, and I'll even admit you were better at it in some places than I was.
Thank you.
But
glad we made that clear.
made that clear that you were better at it than I was?
Yes.
Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I'll rethink working
Okay, I
with
think
you
it's
next
time
year.
to get off. It's time to get off.
No, Josh, literally, thank you so much. It's been an
Thank you
awesome
to you
season.
as well.
I'm
so glad I was able to join you for this year, and looking forward to next year as well, and whatever that brings for both of us. And,
sky's the limit. Let's just keep it rocking.
you know,
So, Josh, one final time. Send off.
well, that's going to do it here tonight from the Iceland rink. And for Cheryl Gilroy, as well as all the people that helped us out this year, Tim Norton, Avery Fitzpatrick, Kingsley McPherson, and of course for that one game, May Severn on the
That's
camera.
right. May
Yeah.
Severn was on the camera that one time. That was awesome, and she did some color commentary, which was really fun.
Yeah.
We
So-
got to do more of that next year.
Well, with these fancy mics, who knows?
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
For all of them, as well as Cheryl Gilroy, my name's Josh McCann. Thanks for joining us tonight and all season, everyone, and we can't wait to see you next fall for the 25-26 season.
Keep the faith, everybody. Enjoy the off season. We'll see you again this fall.